The Indians have lived here for hundreds of years. Visitors from all around the world come to visit. Join us as we visit the beautiful lands of the Blue Ridge Parkway for Super Magna Meet 2004.
The Appalachian Mountains, the oldest mountain chain in North America, and is home to some of the greatest motorcycling roads in the world. The southern end of the Appalachians stretches through the western Carolinas and eastern Tennessee, bounces off Alabama, and ends in Georgia. These mountains have been enticing people to explore this region since before recorded history. With mountain peaks over a mile above sea level, the southern Appalachians offer views like no others in the world. Tree-canopied streams, mountain lakes, and rolling hills make the scenery some of the most sought after on the planet. That is why the Super Magna Owners Group decided to hold their annual meet in Franklin, North Carolina. We arrived at the Hampton Inn on Thursday to see everyone greeting one another. A handful of them made it up here several days earlier. It was nice to say hello and finally put the faces to names. It was humbling to see so many awesome-looking supers all in one location. People couldn't wait to show off their latest hot modifications and to see what other owners had done to their bikes. That evening, DC gave us information that we all needed for tomorrow's ride.
Those who don't want to run the Dragon, those who are not comfortable or don't know, don't do it. Okay? The Dragon is an intense run. It's fun, but it is intense. What time are we heading out? 9 o'clock, wheels up.
In the morning?
Kickstands, wheels, whatever. I don't know. Wheels up!
Something tells me that Julio was especially excited to ride.
Tomorrow we ride! All group rides. We part at 9 o'clock, or as close as we can.
Party went on into the nighttime with people telling jokes and just having a good time.
And the look I get on their face, I said, let me explain. Are you top shelf chicken or are you?
I still can't get it. That was the best night I've ever had.
Nice, sir.
Jim
wants to know this because he's going to try it out. Swim these when you take very quickly and surprise you'll have your hand.
Why is it called a motorboat? Mine makes my butt hurt.
Sounds like there he goes.
Talk to me, Heather. What's a motorboat?
A motorboat,
Trial and error.
you're putting these detailed
No, you no.
This margarita, it has this is a Willie Williams special. Willie Williams special.
By 9 a.m., everyone was all lined up and raring to go. We headed out on Highway 28, a beautiful ride that wound its way through some of the quaintest countryside you have ever seen. After about an hour of riding, we stopped for a nice little leg stretch at a roadside overlook.
So far, so good.
How much more is to go?
I don't know. We got about 15 more minutes till we get to stop for the Dragon, right?
Another 80 miles back to the hotel.
As long as we don't run any more dump trucks, we'll be fine.
After a brief chat, we found ourselves saddled up and hitting the road one more time. So far, the trip has been an 80-mile journey up Highway 28 to Deals Gap. That's where we encounter the dreaded Tail of the Dragon. After having lunch at Deals Gap, we made our 80-mile journey back to Franklin. There's more than Deals Gap on the ride, but it's definitely the highlight. The 318 twists in an 11-mile section of the road piercing into Tennessee says it all. This piece of civil engineering is also known simply as the Dragon. Basically, it's a giant roller coaster. The rest of the ride is spectacular too. Cruising along the river edges, around lakes, through gorges and small mountain towns. This route offers the best of the road for every type of rider. Near the top, there's an outstanding view of the Tennessee River, which leads into the Calderwood Reservoir and Dam. The next stop on our list was the local Honda dealership. They were nice enough to set up some refreshments and snacks. Then they held a drawing for some nice giveaways.
So what do you think of the Dragon's Tail today?
Oh, I love it.
What was great about it?
The curves, well, you have to go too slow. I like those.
You had to go too slow?
Yeah, I like the sweepers better because you can go faster.
So
Okay.
Highway 28,
Right.
wider sweepers were better for you?
Those were nice. Yeah.
Did
But
you
I
make the
like
whole
that.
run all the way?
Twice.
Twice?
Twice.
You are crazy.
If you showed up to me, your name is already in the drawing. Becky's got some great stuff here. Becky, it's all yours.
Alright, this will be for the helmet bag. We've got Stephen Hardy.
He's on Saturday. That's fine. He gets fixed. Where that is? Gee. Down Texas.
Texas, we're still alive.
Yeah, we still got a chance.
Dave Reynolds.
Hey, that'd be me.
I got a tie. Thank you very much.
That's a washcloth. Somebody's trying to tell you something, man.
Long story for Cliff that I went to passing cars.
John Vasey.
This stuff is fixed. I know it. This makes number 10. Get the sticky stuff off your fingers. No, it wasn't a helmet. You won that little sucky bottle there. whatever that's called.
I think those little booties are for you, right?
Heather Shrew.
Put them on, let's see them.
I knew I should have been a road captain. That's what it was.
Road captain and tail gunner so far.
Names have
Like I said, I'll get a group. Guys, load up. We're heading to the factory from here.
Thanks a bunch.
Dinner. Yes. You go back up to the next exit. You go back to 23 South. And then you hang a left, go south towards Georgia. It's going to be on your left-hand side. Huge building. Looks like a giant warehouse says the factory. And that's where we'll take everybody up to.
It was great to come to a nice, comfortable restaurant and have a superb meal after a long day's ride. On Saturday, we rode to Dry Falls. Dry Falls is part of the Kalasaja River and plunges some 80 feet over a rock shelf. Visitors can safely walk behind the torrent of falling water. It was definitely picture-taking time. After cooling off at the falls, we headed for the Blue Ridge Parkway. The Blue Ridge is famous for its long, sweeping curves. The roads were in impeccable shape. We stopped at the highest point on the parkway at 6,053 feet, where views were spectacular. One mention of food and we were off once again, headed for a pig roast.
What's left of that hog?
How much did it weigh?
116.
116 pounds. Very good. Thank you. How long did it take to cook?
It's been on since about 2:30 this morning.
Wow.
This cookout was hosted by Wheels Through Time Motorcycle Museum.
This here is Todd Gagner. He's known as Mach 8 on the forum. He put this little eats together. As you can see, everybody are enjoying a nice big helping of pig, roast pig. So how'd you find this place, Todd?
I was down here last fall and doing a little bit of recon. I was out with Hawk, Steve Hardy. We were out riding around and trying to find the Blue Ridge Parkway. Managed to get ourselves pretty lost, actually. One of the towns we could go to was a place by the name of Maggie Valley. We figured since we were on Magnas and maybe our salvation would come from Maggie Valley. So on the way I actually saw signs for this place, Wheels Through Time Motorcycle Museum. And so that's what I did. I came down here, met Dale, the owner, super fantastic guy, showed me around the museum. That's how we ended up here.
I think everybody's really enjoying it, and I think everybody here really thanks you for it.
Absolutely, glad to do it.
After everyone stuffed themselves, we headed back to the hotel for the bike judging competition and prize giveaway.
Hey, what are you doing?
Everyone was hastily cleaning and polishing their prized possessions.
All of you received a list for the candidates for the best modification. There's a name, there's the modification.
DC gave some instructions on the judging requirements. The next hour was consumed by everyone giving tight scrutiny to all the immaculate-looking bikes. There sure were some fantastic ones on display. You could tell that some of these guys put all their time and lots of money into getting these bikes in beautiful condition. There were also a couple of gag prizes. One for hitting a cat. The other was this interesting looking seat.
What's the deal with the seat cover?
I guess I got friends, really low places.
The contest and prize giveaway went late into the evening.
With 26 votes, Herb Hogg.
Sunday morning, most were seen packing up for the long journey back home. Goodbyes were being said and many handshakes were passed around.
It was sad to see another gathering come to a close.
What did I learn on this trip? I learned that if you're looking for awesome scenery, awesome roads, then the Blue Ridge Parkway can't be beat. That 60 of your closest friends all driving the same bike is a gas. Oh yeah, Dennis Kirk's. Gotta watch out for cats. And I think the most important thing that you need to watch out for, that I learned on this trip, was to always drive very slow and obey the speed limit. Yeah, right.